We're live.
I'm not.
You are too. I hear it's weird, but it's in my way. So.
You should
Mhm.
we should consider putting a link up in case somebody wants to join, because otherwise we're boring.
We'll do that maybe after a bit if anybody shows up.
If
Well, we got
anybody
three
shows up.
people watching, but no chatters yet, as far as I can see. Oh wait,
Nobody wants to be a chatty
Charlene
Cathy.
Grady,
Hey, Charlene.
hello.
I'm tired.
Yeah,
We did stuff in the sun today.
yeah. Had to degrass or basically hand mow the grass in the little yard out here between the kitchen and the tiny house for Lily so she could have a potty spot. She's been complaining that grass is too tall. I can't go in a potty.
Yeah, Lily went to the vet Monday, Tuesday,
Tuesday.
and got spayed,
Hmm.
and so we have to keep her inside so she's not, yeah,
Yep.
being roughhousing with the other dogs.
Yep. Hi,
And
Grandma
and she doesn't.
Tammy.
Hi, sis. She doesn't. She doesn't like being inside, really,
Yep.
except for the AC, I guess.
Yeah, that and I mean, she's okay if Daisy and Ginger are both in here, but there's not enough room for all three of them once we put the bed out at night. So that then she starts kind of complaining a little bit.
She's quite vocal.
Yeah,
And she popped a stitch, and Debra had to put a metal staple in it.
yeah, yeah. Thankfully, we had those disposable skin stapler things so that I can put one. I used one on Buster once on a little piece of skin, and then it worked its way out basically. So I'm wondering if those will. But she
Well, it's got a
removed.
removal tool too.
Yeah, yeah. But we had to put one of those like butterfly closures on her while ago.
Yeah, she took that right
She
off.
took it off after about like 5 minutes. She says, "No, we're not doing that." So,
But it is
um,
healing up, so
yeah,
as long as we keep her inside and keep her clean, she should be okay.
yeah. If nothing else, I can. Yeah, once we get her, I mean, she'll be calming a bit because I gave her something to
I
calm
can't
her.
see what the chat's saying.
I know. Um, well, you could mute the TV and put it up there, but Charlene says, "Oh, poor Lily."
How's things going for you there, sis? It's good to see you. We just bought a new used van.
And new to us, uh, 2002 Chevy Express
3,500.
3500.
So that means it's what, 3/4 ton or something?
Yeah, about that. I think so.
It's like the Savannah we had before the fire,
Mhm.
except it's a couple years newer
Mhm.
and it's got more miles on it, but
Mhm.
they're pretty tough old vans. They're heavy duty. It's got like 10-ply tires on it, and it's got posi traction rear end,
Yeah, which
so it
means
won't get stuck.
which means if one tire turns, they both turn.
Yeah, so it's constant power to both tires instead of where if you got one tire spinning, the other one stays still. It's no good. That'll get you stuck.
Okay, the Wickershire Project off grid asks Brett, or says Brett, ask Deb if this is a drinking game. Do we break out the shot glass and wait for her to fluster?
we we could get her flustered easy. I'm going to talk about inappropriate things.
No. Thank you, Charlene. She says, good luck with the
We
new
could make
van.
a game out of it.
Could.
We should think on that.
Grandma Tammy says it's pretty quiet around here. Congratulations on the new van.
Yeah, living way out here, it just makes me nervous to just have one vehicle. Even though, even though Grandpa's pickup is really dependable, it's one vehicle, and it's a
You,
'91. Tanya used to drive Grandpa's pickup. My niece Tanya, Tammy's first kid. She used to drive Grandpa's pickup all over California when they were living out there. But then my mom brought after my grandpa and grandma passed, my mom and Doug moved to Arkansas, and we started coming up here seeing them, and that's kind of what got us to want to move up here. That and watching Bobblehead Homestead,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and
Yeah.
Drew's Lens.
Yeah.
We wanted to come up here, and yeah, we brought him a VW bus.
Yes.
But just really good people here. My mom was living back here, and so we wanted to come. We wanted to move up here, find a
Yeah.
place we could just pay cash for, get out of debt, uh, and yeah, it worked out.
Yep. That's a little better. At least it's not in my
Hey,
face.
Peter, that old man King is in here.
Yes, I've got his where he says hello, Brett and Debra up on the screen.
I'm not paying attention up there.
Okay, Worcestershire Project says, I just want to know if I'm going to be able to drive after the live, just fine or not. Well, I guess it's up to you, depending on if that's what you want to do. But since you got to drive after, I would probably caution against it.
I'm
Maybe
not going anywhere.
do shots of water, maybe. I know, we're not going anywhere after this. We're here. Um, oh, so our baby chicken.
You
What?
gotta fluff up my hair too.
I gotta fluff your hair up too.
Yeah.
Mine's messed up. Mine's just really messed up.
And Green Acres is at like 40. We gotta climb a telephone pole sometimes to make a phone call. Well, we we have to go out under the oak tree. I don't know. It acts like a signal receptor or something.
There. Sort of. Both hairs are messed up. I don't know.
We've been sweating all day.
Yeah.
We just came in here about 3 o'clock and got cooled off and took care of the dog.
We definitely have green acres or tall grasses on some of the acres and some weeds. In some places, I just stomp them down and keep going.
We tried to get our walk behind weed eater going because we need to do some weed eater
in the chicken area because it's too overgrown and we can't get the lawnmower in there without moving the spikes out of the middle from the gate because to keep the gate from opening inwards. So
it's scary to use the big mower in there around the chicken.
yeah, that
I
too.
don't like doing that.
Yeah.
I'd rather use the little grass, the trimmer thing, and just make pathways where we can see there's not snakes.
Yep.
And,
Yep.
Get around in there without getting chiggers.
Yes. No chiggers, please.
I said chiggers, not the other word.
Okay, Charlene. I hope you get to come back before we're gone. If not, we'll see you in Peters later at 5:30. So take care.
Yeah,
Good to see you.
Old Man King goes live at 5:30.
Yes, he does.
I've been watching a lot of the IU's Family Factotum stuff. Some of that.
Mm-hmm.
Some SLR.
The Worcestershire Project Alfred says, Brett, see that you're loved. You look perfect because of me messing with your hair long ago.
She's good to me.
Peter says, I was watching Green Acres 20 minutes ago. Ha ha. That's cool.
I haven't seen that show in forever.
Yeah. Your sis says, y'all will never run out of things to do, right? That's for sure. Definitely not run out of things to do.
Yeah, we got a bunch of shade cloth we're going to use We got a bunch. Your Bobo hurt.
Yeah, that's why I got the thing on it today because it's been aggravated. I don't know what happened to it, but it's just being aggravated.
You just think you look cool in that.
No, no.
Well, we got a bunch of shade cloth stuff from Amazon. What is it, like 7 foot by 6 foot or something? Little squares.
Like 114 inches by what was it, 78 inches.
Yeah,
So
maybe
I
do
don't know.
that.
I don't want to do the math either.
They're pretty big, and so we're gonna use. She got like a bunch of them, so
I think 4 or 5,
we're gonna use those. We
6.
got like tents that are no longer with us, but we still got the tent
Tent
poles.
stakes,
You
tent
know, the
poles.
bendy tent poles.
Yeah,
Uh, so
the
we're gonna use
fiberglass
those
seams. Yeah.
to make some kind of shade cover for the garden. So maybe they'll do okay through the rest of the summer
Hmm.
because they're starting to explode.
Yeah. And
She's she's
woohoo!
got a bunch of watermelons hanging up.
Yeah, that are growing. Uh, Ricochet Project Off Grid says our buddy John gave us his new $900 mower. We needed to knock down the half-acre badly. Yeah, good deal, good deal. Hey, Judy.
Hey, Judy.
She says, "What's going on in here?"
I think we decided we're just gonna buy a big old electric or a couple big old electric. What?
Go ahead and say what you were saying. Then I'll.
A couple big old electric hedge trimmers,
Yeah.
and use those to cut long grasses for the rabbits and
Mhm.
things. And some of them will even, trim up trees. And what are you laughing at?
Look at the screen.
I can't. I'm drinking, Deb. That arm adjustment.
Has counted as annoyance. The party begins.
I
The first shot has been taken.
do have beer.
Now she says, "Hey y'all."
Hey, I didn't say
Tiny
Simon
sip.
Says.
Tiny sip. Hey Ark. Howdy.
Hey, Art.
Missy and Marty. Hey y'all.
You still got the Pecker Palace going?
I'm sure they do.
Pecker Prison?
Tammy says, "I'm sorry your elbow hurt. We have a shade cloth over our garden. It really appreciates it." Yeah, I think mine's going to appreciate it once I get the cloths out there.
It's right
We,
by a big shade tree, but man, the afternoon it gets
but
hot.
yeah, I mean, it gets shade.
It's not getting that
It
much shade in the afternoon.
No, and
It
it
gets
kind of
shaded
needs
in the
it,
morning, but
which is weird because it's like,
and we're gonna get rid of that tree eventually
yeah,
because
the
it's trying to.
hackberry is choking out the mulberry tree, and the mulberry tree only
We'd
made
rather have the
one limb of berries this year.
We'd rather have the mulberry tree there.
Yep,
We've got others, but we need to move some of those too.
yep. And the only reason why that one even buried this year is because those two limbs that fell last year in front of where it came out at.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Compost material.
Yep. Yep. All right. I lost myself. Where we at?
We got to get more fencing. We still got to finish the carport thing. I should have done some of that yesterday, but we ended up going to town. Oh man, you go to town, that just takes it out of you.
Yeah.
We got a couple things done after though.
Yeah.
I had to fix the air conditioning in the van today. Luckily, I was
Oh
able to fix it.
no. Yep. I didn't even hear it. Apparently she got sick. There's a pile of dog puke in front of her.
Yum. She didn't eat it back.
No, but she's just, what is she doing? Just licking her paw? I can't see.
Yeah, she's licking her foot.
She's like,
She just
what?
she looks up like, wait, I'm not doing nothing.
I was just licking just my foot, not the other spot that I'm not supposed to lick.
We had to put the cone on her once, and
Once.
ever since she had the cone on her, she listens when we tell her not to lick her wounds.
Yeah, but if she tries to do it again, we just mention cone, and she immediately turns around and just lays down like, nope, I'll be good. It's itching. I want to lick it, but I'll just lay here.
Last dog we had to have spayed, so
Yep, yep. Last one. No more females.
no more unexpected puppies.
No more unexpected puppies. No more females going in the heat. No more boys going grumpy. Although they're a little grumpy now because she smells different, so they're confused and they're.
You
So it's a good thing we're keeping her in here because they all want
smell
to.
different.
Shut up. New deodorant.
I don't use deodorant.
I said I've got new deodorant.
I'm a hippie.
Judy says, I'm too cute for mowing. Yes.
Mhm.
Although I don't mind being on the little zero turn mower. That thing's fun to move around and stuff and to mow with.
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier. You got too much to mow. There's no way I'm getting on a push mower doing that.
Yeah. I've got a shade cloth over some of my tomatoes. I need to get out there because I've got a couple of yellowing leaf things on the tomato plants. I need to check them and make sure everything's
How's
okay.
the squash bugs?
I hadn't gone out there today to look at it because it's in the kind of middle of the garden. But the squash still looks like it's doing okay from what I could tell. But I've got some more tomatoes that are falling over that I guess a new limb grew. Well, I knew it was growing. I guess it's got tomatoes and it pulled it over.
She's
So,
putting brassiere material on the melons.
well, not yet. I mean, heck, I only have a few
I
of them
think
myself.
we ought to just find old brassieres at the drugstore and use those to hold the melons. That would be hilarious.
I was thinking about that going to PCDC or to the Salvation Army because they've got a bunch of them for like 50 cents, 25 cents,
Perfect
a
slings for holding
dollar, something like
melons.
that. So yeah, that can work.
Have a garden full of brassieres holding melons. Come on.
Yeah,
We could put googly eyes on them.
yeah. No.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
I'm putting googly eyes on the melons.
Not mine. No. Evil. Was that supposed to make me fluster? For some reason, it didn't. Well, a little bit of that. Never mind. Never mind. Okay, you got an answer to yes. The Pecker prison has 10 new chicks. Woohoo! Speaking of chicks, we got ours moved out of here. What 3 days ago now?
2 days ago.
2 days ago? Yeah, 2 days ago we put them out there with.
They were starting to smell.
We put them out. It was because they.
It was just their food fermenting.
Yeah, they put their food in their water again.
A lot of their
and it
food fell
fermented.
through the hardware cloth we had in there, and
Yep.
then they spilled water. Yeah.
Yeah, but the
The
biggest
poop wasn't too bad
the
yet.
biggest thing is once I moved the water container
And
out, rinsed
the
it out,
flock
and put
accepted
new
them.
ones, it was fine. Yes, the flock has accepted them.
We put them in there at night, right
But
before they were going to.
They're little scaredy cats still though, because it's like if one of them even just looks at them a little bit, they'll run and go hide, and they run as a group. The 5 little
We think
chicks.
we got a couple roosters in there because they're squaring off with each other like roosters.
Which means was it was the black one, which was the firstborn, and the gray one, which was the last born hatch. First hatch, last hatch, and both of them keeps kind of squaring up at each other and hopping at each other. So I'm like, okay, great, we've got 2 little roosters. Yay! I didn't want
Missy
roosters.
thinks we should use brassieres to hang melons, and it's a good idea.
Yeah. Daisy, you don't need to end down.
And put googly eyes on them.
Yeah, that would probably
She
be a
signed
good
off
idea.
on that.
Got some highs going around. Hi.
We ate gas station
Hi.
pizza yesterday. I ate too much of it.
Wow.
What?
The noise they make is usually okay. Haven't had guineas here before. We only had 2 and they were males, but they had distinct noises. I knew when they found the ticks or flea infestation in the grasses, and they got happy about that. They had one when they alerted. They also had one to let people know or let the rest of them know it's time to go up. But for the most part, they didn't. Ours didn't really make that much noise when they're just moving around and stuff and doing stuff. It's just they got excited about a new find of bugs. If they alerted to a threat, and then to it's time to go up at night. So kind of like a rooster telling them, "Come on, time to go up." So that's what are you doing? Okay, that one's going up. But you quit. It's just because you can't see you on the tiny screen, but on up there you just looked weird.
I always look weird. You know that. It's my purpose in life
So he's looking at this tiny screen
to
on the on the.
embarrass you, crazy lady.
That counts.
She's a little annoyed. That can't. Ooh, drink up.
Give me a bottle.
Hey, Marty.
Where am I?
Right on, brother.
Yay! They dropped their link. Nice. Yay.
Yeah, I like the Missy and Marty.
Kevin.
Yeah, they dropped their link. They got a pecker prison. They call their coop.
Uh-huh. Kevin's in here, camping cage free. Hello, Debra and Brett.
Hey, Kevin.
Stay old natural.
Well, we finally made it live. We missed a couple weeks here. We're trying to get another piece of transportation going. We spent all day last Sunday looking at just 3 vehicles.
Yep, just 3 vehicles we looked at.
And the last one we looked at, we bought.
Yep.
Because it reminded us of the Savannah we had.
Yep.
3500 van.
Yep. He was ready for it to go off there, so we were sitting there trying to figure out, well, how do we get you some money? Because it's a Sunday. All banks are closed, which means we wouldn't be able to get the money we needed.
Luckily, his business partner had PayPal.
Yep.
So we just PayPal him the money and boom.
Yep. And we got
real nice guy.
Yeah, real nice guy. Has a plumbing.
Yeah, it was a plumber's van.
Yeah.
And he's got a new one, so
yeah.
He's letting his old one go.
Yeah.
And I like them old plumbing vans because, man, they're heavy duty. You know, it's a commercial vehicle.
Yeah.
It's got the heavy duty tires on it, heavy duty transmission, 3,500. It's a 5.7 liter engine.
And we had
and it's got a tow bar.
GMC 3500.
Yeah, I love that
Savannah, and
it's an old van.
We brought home the goats in that one.
Man, they're tough. Yeah, you can carry goats in them, livestock. It's a cargo van. It's just all open.
I probably, you probably wouldn't want to put a full size horse or a cow in there. Maybe a calf or a pony would be okay, but you don't want to be a full size in there. No.
We don't plan on dealing with any full size animals here.
That's why we're tiny farm nuggets. Yeah. It's going to be miniature type animals.
Well, we might get Nubian goats if we get back to.
Can you get her? I can't get up. Oh, that's a mess.
Oh, it's okay, sweetie.
Hold on. Let's get you out the door. Let's go out the door. Come on, let's go out, and then you can go out. Oh, no, good baby, no. Oh.
You. All right.
You entertain while I clean this.
I have to entertain while she cleans puke. Yum. We're a little concerned because I haven't seen her relieve herself, but she probably did when she escaped the first time.
Yeah, I'm sure she did. Because she was over by Chris's shed too for a while.
I want to watch Drew's video. Did you guys see Drew's Lynn's last video? He was tooling around with a brush hog. That was pretty good. I like watching Drew tool around.
This does count as an annoyance.
That counts?
Yes.
As an annoyance?
Yes.
Let me see if I can do the comments. Did we already do that one?
I don't know which swoop.
Oh, it ain't come up yet.
You probably unclicked one.
Oh. I know what I'm doing. Cat math. What do you mean, Judy? What's cat math? I love my cat. They are sugar sweet lover babies. You sound like a Peter King kind of crowd. Judy, if I put the link up, would you come up? Or anybody want to come up? Kevin? Camping cage free? Old man King? Anybody? Missy Marty? I need help.
Yeah.
I'm not entertaining.
I'm almost done. Talk about something here.
You're entertaining.
Talk about what we had to do. What you had to do in the van to get the AC working.
Oh yeah, it's just there was a couple bare wires I think that were causing it. It kept blowing the fuse, and the guy we bought it from was really kind of nice. He showed us that he could jump, get the fan and the compressor going for the air conditioning by jumping it, and so we were pretty sure it was either a relay or a fuse situation. Sure enough, the AC fuse was blown inside, so we replaced that, but it just kind of blew after like 5 minutes. So I knew there was some kind of short, so I just kind of looked over all the wiring and I found a spot where the positive and negative wire going into the motor had a bare wires, so it's probably shorting off across there. I just taped it up with electrical tape, real good. And then I looked at a bunch of other wiring, just in the doors and places where wires might move and stuff. You just want to look for any kind of bare wires. I didn't find anything else, so I crunk it up, tried it out, and it's working. It's not blowing the fuse.
Move it around a little bit in the yard, hit a bump or something, see if it stops, because it could be under the wheel well too.
Well, yeah. Also, I moved the wire that goes right into the fan motor that blows the air conditioner, and I think that wire is bad. So I don't know. I might have to buy a whole nother fan motor, or see if I can fix the wire right where it goes into the housing on the fan motor. Yeah. Because it seems like it's broke there. But it's working. It's just we might hit a bump and then we won't have air, and we'll have to pull over and jiggle that wire to get it going again. It's an old van. It's 23 years old. Yeah. But man, it rides really nice. It drives strong. Engine sounds great. I think it's got like almost 300,000 miles on it. But it was cheap, so the price was right. And now we got two sets of wheels in case something goes wrong with one. And I don't want to bug other people to ride me to town, No. I don't know what's going on. I rarely do.
Somewhere out in the yard.
Oh, she got out?
She got out. Deborah's definitely freaking annoyed now.
Okay, well, she's probably just using the bathroom.
Probably in the house office here. She said Daisy just went in the house. She's probably under there.
This is not good because she's still healing. And
she's got a slight, she's missing a stitch. I need to get her another stitch back in there. That one stitch, that one staple
they can't hear you.
That one staple that I had in there came loose. So she's got that little slight opening again. I mean, it did kind of heal a little bit last night, but it's not good with it being under.
She's probably just wanting to relieve herself, and she doesn't want to do it in the tiny enclosed yard here.
Yeah. Not,
Do you want me to go out and see if I can see what? I mean, just keep an eye. We need to keep an eye on her to make sure she's not getting roughed up by anybody
Yeah,
else.
let me just look under the porch. I'm pretty sure she's under the house.
Well, that's good if she's laying still.
Yeah.
She's got to check on the dog. It got out of our tiny enclosed front yard where we were keeping her isolated.
It's safe and calm and quiet away from everybody else.
We're like I say, we're a little concerned because she hasn't, done any number twos or anything. Seems like she might have when we weren't looking. I don't want to see her do a number two. Well, I just want to know, yeah, that she's not, that her things are working. You hear that, Peter? Judy's threatening to steal cats. You could come over here and steal some dogs. Yeah, I wonder if Social Security's still going to be around when I'm ready to collect it. Close to 2 more years for me. What did Tammy say? Oh yeah, air conditioning. Yeah, to get a freaking old van like that with working AC, 2 grand, a little over 2 grand. I'm happy. Hey, Radio Jonesy, you coming to America? Driving to the airport, get on that plane, fly into Arkansas.
Not coming in. She's all the way in the back corner. It's one of these two. She was just right here, but then somebody shot a gun off. She moved to the back corner.
Well, she's looking at a potty probably.
Not under the house. She's just laying there.
Oh, she's in the back corner under the house.
Yeah.
I thought you meant in the yard.
No.
I'm just glad we live somewhere where people can shoot guns.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I don't know where we
Jonesy's
were.
here.
Hi, Jonesy.
I think I was watching some of his live last night. Oh yeah, I said
Yeah.
Jonesy for Jonesy in his chat.
Judy said, while I was busy, Brett, PayPal me dollars. I learned my lesson about chicken math. I really did. What I miss here? When we visit Tractor Supply, kids and wife are not allowed near the chicken pens. Yeah, I understand that, but I've been doing really good. I have not been.
You got your own chicks.
Yeah, I got my own checks.
We print our own chickens. Why buy them from Tractor Supply?
Oh, so one thing I did notice though when we put our new baby chicks out there, because I knew that they're big enough to go through the what kind of fence is that? Chain link fence openings. So we put hardware cloth around the bottom.
You did.
Yeah, I did.
I helped a little.
I was very little. So I put hardware cloth. What now? You're frustrated? Flustered?
I helped a little. I was working.
Yeah, I know.
Somebody has to make the donuts.
Yeah. It hit me after me. Okay. Anyway. Um, so anyway, we put chicken wire around the bottom, and I'm glad that I did because the eggs that another birdie hen had been sitting on have been disappearing um, day by day, 1 to 2 at a time. And I'm thinking that either a rat or a snake was getting in there or slithering in there when she would be dozed off and not paying attention or something. It's still on an egg and getting out. Um, because she started out with 19, I wrote it over the top. I checked them for their marks and stuff, and they've gone from 19, 17 to 7 to 4. So she still has 4 eggs, and they, I don't know, either they're new egg set or something happened, but there's no signs of any baby chicks hatching, no signs of any eggshells where they had hatched and then the others decided to cannibalize the babies. I don't know what happened, but maybe a snake or a rat.
Probably a snake.
Yep.
But now you got that hardware cloth around the bottom.
Yep, and it goes up a good bit, so they'll have a hard time going over. And if they do, they're scratching up their belly because I had to cut the hardware cloth in half so I could make it go around. So it's got scratchy. So if they go up over it, they're scratching themselves. So I know I did. Just cutting them in half, I scratched them. So, oh yeah, on my fingers right here. See the scratches?
Is the AC on in the kitchen trailer?
I think so.
Yeah, or that AC keeps tripping a breaker.
Yeah.
And then we go out there and the kitchen's all hot.
Yeah.
And we got a lot of canned goods and food in there.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a pain. I'm going to have to see if we can figure out. We're probably just going to put new wiring.
Yeah, I'd say we just bypass all the wiring.
The only way to freaking find out where our short is to take out all the walls.
Yeah.
So we'll probably just put new conduit in there with new wiring going through new breakers.
And just attach it to the walls.
And just avoid the existing wiring.
Yeah.
We don't need that thing catching on fire.
Nope, we do not.
All right, Peter, guinea egg.
Yeah, that's the one that got fixed.
What, the guinea eggs?
No, Missy was asking if that was the one, the one that went out, if that was that escaped out of the yard, if that was the one that got fixed. Yes, that was her.
But she's just staying under the shed to house here, so that's good. At least she's not running around.
Okay, I'm about 11 minutes behind on the chat. Judy says, no thanks, Brett, although my hair does look groovy today. And Bobby says he needs to get a webcam for the computer. I told you, nobody wants to join our chat or be on the panel right now.
I just need somebody to take over for me. I'm not annoying you enough. What's for dinner?
I don't know. Hot dogs?
No.
No.
We don't even have any hot dogs.
I know. Alright, I'll figure something out.
We got lots
I've been actually thinking about something today anyway. I already kind of got.
We got that hamburger meat and bunches of taco seasoning type things.
Yeah.
And salsa.
Yeah.
Or hot sauce or whatever.
Yeah.
And sour cream. Ooh.
Yeah.
And black olives. Ooh.
Yeah.
And cabbage.
Yeah, but as I was trying to say, a lot of that is going to wind up being in the enchiladas tomorrow when I make enchiladas.
I don't want to wait till tomorrow for Mexican food.
Well,
I like Mexican food.
I'm not making enchiladas today.
I know, but we could just make some taco meat with some hamburger. You just cook up the hamburger so we have it.
Yeah.
And then put some taco meat in some and boom.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can still do what I was going to do. I'll just, if I want to do them as the hamburger patties like I was talking about, instead of baking them with seasonings, you can grill them for me instead, because that way the toaster oven doesn't chip the breaker and cause the AC to go off.
So you want to give me hamburger patties to grill?
Yeah.
What if we just use that big old pan we got and just cook a bunch of hamburger on that?
On the grill?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah. But then I gotta
That
clean
way
it,
you
and
ain't
then I
gotta.
gotta
That
season it again afterwards.
that way you ain't gotta make hamburger patties,
Yeah.
and we could just grill up a bunch of hamburger.
He's anxious to try out the big old cast iron skillet that I bought to cook the big tortillas that I got from the tortilla press. I got a 12-inch tortilla press, or as it says, 30 centimeter cast iron tortilla press.
Yeah, I want homemade tortillas.
Yeah,
We
and the
want.
recipe's easy, so I can do that. And he's like, and he asked me, he says, "Well, for that, we can't cook them on the tortilla press. How do we cook them?" And I told him what we had to do, but I still ordered the pan. But I told him, I says, "Well, we can always make them and then put some liners in between them and freeze them, and then just take them out and thaw them and cook them as we want them and need them." And he liked that idea.
I like Mexican food,
hmm I don't know where
Spanish
I
food.
am. Dang it, no, I did not. I'm glad to know that she's fine, though, Judy. She says, "Did y'all see my tiny 5 second short of Blanche falling off the cat wall? She's fine." I didn't see it, but I'm glad to know she's okay. I will look at it later. Electrical tape to prevent arcing. Yeah, if we could just figure out where it's arcing at. That's why I would have to take all the walls apart.
Yeah, it's somewhere in the walls. I mean,
hmm
we don't see any.
The walls, the ceiling, or the floor, wherever they ran the wires in that thing.
Sometimes you could touch the body on that thing and it'll shock you.
Yeah.
So it's grounded out somewhere.
Yeah.
And I even
We
grounded the chassis, and then it started even just tripping worse. So
Yeah, and it was shocking. Keeping the we had a little
I
metal
don't know
fence
that
going
much
from here
about
and here, and it
house
stayed going through
wiring,
the
electricity stuff. I had to get help from Randy and Sharon. Randy,
yeah
Randy and Sharon,
from Randy from
or
Arkansas
somebody
Micro
else who
Farm.
knows better.
Yeah.
But I know some of the basics, I guess, enough to be done. I have to ask for advice when I'm going to do something new. The stuff that I've
Yes.
done,
Thank goodness for AC.
I got help with. But I know enough to find, broken wires or wires that are shorting out, you know. But on house electricity, that's higher voltage.
Judy says she's going to sneak into Peter's house and steal 2 calico babies. Worcestershire
You're
product.
you're way behind.
I know.
The chat's going too fast.
All right. Where are we then? Where would it be?
You're almost to the bottom, anyways. Beanie brownies. Yeah.
Okay, let me just do this at the bottom. Beanie brownies.
Yeah, we had some of those. Well, just like I think it's a Japanese thing. They made like sweet
Um um
beans.
um.
What was that made out of beans? It was like
Uh,
bean biscuits.
red beans, and then you make them into a paste and add I forget mochi. It's basically mochi, but yes, bean brownies is basically a mochi, but yes, that's basically what
Ark
it is.
Wildman is
Yeah,
telling us about some plant. I
black
forget
beans
the
to the
plant,
flour.
but you can use that plant to make a flour. Which plant was that?
Hey, Ark, which plant was that?
If you're still here. But yeah, I want to
Good deal,
come up with ways to
Peter.
make our own flour.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've got a little bit of wheat growing on here. We've got some, what was the other thing, barley or something growing on here. We've got some, not millet, but sorghum growing. I've got 2 plants growing out here. Oh, I also have 2 lawn tomato plants out here near that one bush I showed you that's kind of like a weird sunflower or whatever thing, making those little yellow flowers, the big fuzzy leaves.
Okay, this is too many details, but
Okay,
okay.
I'll just have to trim around it so you can trim around it without hitting them so you know where they are.
Man, I love them
Cast
cast iron
iron, good
skillets.
stuff. Yes, they are.
We gotta season these new ones we got. We got a couple old ones around here we might be able to rescue, but they were outside quite a while.
I
We'll
think that,
probably rescue them.
yeah, all you gotta do is just wash them real good. And one thing
Take a
that,
wire wheel to them first.
no, you do not want to remove the cast iron and make it into just steel.
Oh, I knew that.
That's what people freaking do all the time. They take it down and make it shiny, and then they ruin the cast iron skillet. It's no longer a cast iron skillet then.
I knew that. I didn't want it ruined.
No. One thing I learned is you can dampen tin foil, just lightly dampen it, set it in there, and something else to pour on it. Something after a while you can use it and a
Sounds like
scrubber.
somebody's wearing tinfoil on their head.
No, it helps bring. It helps to um, do some kind of weird oxidation with the tin foil and stuff, and it puts more metal back into the cast iron and pulls out the yuck and stuff. So it's some kind of weird chemical reaction.
What's that Tammy says? Cassava?
Cassava.
Cassava. It's
Cassava.
starchy,
Gotta grow
wonderful.
cassava. It's starchy, wonderful. Cool.
So you can use that to make bread things?
hmm Missy says cast iron skillet is what I use to keep Margaret acting right. Yeah, yeah.
Don't get any ideas.
Bobby says I have about 7 cast iron pans and 2 Dutch ovens. I have one, but I need to clean. Like that's one of the ones that needs to be cleaned up and seasoned and then stored
We have a
correctly.
Dutch oven somewhere. I don't know where it is.
hmm
Probably somewhere rusty.
Yep, yep. I'd actually managed to um, clean it up and stuff at one point, get it all nice and clean and stuff, only for it to get messed up again. hmm
We need one of them things to hang it over a fire pit. And then I'll take my carving knife and a hatchet and sit outside by the fire pit and chew tobacco.
Well, the fire pit, I think I've got an idea for that. Like we've been talking about, like I've been talking about with the old bricks from the old kiln. We can make a good, pizza oven, bread baking oven with those, and then just brick around it. So that way we've got the good fire brick to protect the things that's not going to pop and stuff with the fire and stuff. And then you put the other brick around it to make it look nice.
Okay.
Well, Peter, you don't want to buy all the cast iron skillets that are there because then somebody else might need one. He says, I kind of wish I'd bought the other 3 or 4 that were there.
I know. He would have just gave them to you and said, "Here, you handle Brett with these."
Probably, yeah, probably. One for each hand.
I don't trust that Peter.
He's a good egg. He's a good egg.
I like how he takes care of his animals.
Yeah.
But he needs a hip.
Hip, hip, hip. Okay, so Grady has becoming more and more wanting to be social, I guess. He walks up to me and, like, kind of nudges me to say, hey, I'm
Yeah,
right
he didn't used
here.
to be that way. He's like hung up off by himself and didn't really want people's attention.
Yeah. Now he's like, I want attention. Hey, hey, notice me.
Mhm. He's a
It's,
pretty awesome dog.
yeah, yeah, he's pretty cool.
Ginger is just she's very people
She's
oriented.
she's Ginger.
She
She's still
loves to
Ginger.
she loves attention.
Yeah.
She sticks her head up like Snoopy when you pet her.
You pet her on the head or on her neck, and she just head straight up and just either eyes open or just does the little half closed. What do you
I was
call
a
it?
when I'm petting her.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, let's see. What was the look into it? It grows easy here. It makes a generous amount of starchy root that can be made into a flour-like stuff and used similarly to. Oh wait, you know what? I think I remember.
Put that on the screen. Well, it's on that screen.
I think I remember that being reading something about that recently. And I may actually have a couple of them here, but I think I recently removed them because they were in a spot in the garden I did not want them to be. So, yeah, I'll have to keep my eye out for those. Peter says, that's what I was thinking, Brett. Give them to friends. Hey, Tony, how's it going? How you going?
Hey, Tony.
I was reading Howdy Gang when I started to say how's it going?
Man, we maybe we could start getting around more. Just that we've been so worried that something's gonna happen to that Toyota, and then we're stuck relying on other people to get around. And
Yeah. So now we've got Toyota truck and we've got the Chevy Express van.
yeah, I love that thing.
It's nice.
I like Grandpa's pickup too.
Yeah.
But there's no AC in that.
Yeah. And the Chevy's a 2-seater.
We could probably get the AC going in it.
Yeah, the Chevy's a 2-seater.
Yeah.
When we get the Trailblazer bike, that's at least a 4 to 5 to 6-seater, depending how we fit people, or if somebody sits in the backpack. That's for dogs.
Yeah,
but-
this is going to be the last chance. Seeing if we get if they can get the transmission going right in it.
Yeah, if they don't,
we're supposed to take them to transaxle or something. I don't know.
Well,
I've got a whole spare one now. So
yeah, because we bought the parts truck
we
for
just
it.
want it to be running right.
Yeah.
If they can't get it run, if they can't get that transmission problem solved, I don't know. I'm probably just going to sell it for parts. But we got so much in it, you don't want to do that now.
Yeah, 2 parts trucks and have them be expensive as parts.
But I've got 2 of them, so somebody ought to be able to take that and make something out of it.
Yeah, maybe even find another one that's not so good, but between the 3 of them, you can make a good one. I don't know. Right, if I click that thing again, it's going to tell me to do the. I don't want to do that.
Thanks for coming and coming to our live here.
Yes, thank you guys.
We're not trying to make money off of YouTube or anything, but it's nice to know that people will come hang out with us.
Yep. But we are getting closer to being able to have them send us money. What's it been, 2.5 years since the last one?
Yeah. Yeah, I think we made like $80 off of YouTube.
I think we're close to $70 now, so we need, whatever.
They won't send you anything until you get over 100, right?
Right. It's a $100 threshold. If you don't make, you got to have at least $100 before they can send you anything. So yeah, I don't care. It's fun. It's fun. It's funny too. Let's see. Oh yeah, we've harvested some veggies from the garden. We've gotten some peppers, banana peppers, bell peppers, poblano pepper. We can show you the poblano pepper. Oh, it's starting to turn red.
Where is it?
It's up there above the eggs up there, by that little plaque that's tilted forward.
Oh, that dude's gonna be fire.
It was green the other day. Oh, that thing is going to be hot.
I'm not scared.
It is yellow and green and red.
Probably have another one or 2 out there.
Probably, and it's probably some more of the purple bell peppers, and probably some more, or probably can harvest some purple basil too. I missed collecting my cilantro seeds, so they are scattered all around the cilantro plant. The rain has been raining off and on for the last few days, either at night or in the early mornings, or today it rained this morning and overnight. So I may have volunteer cilantro seeds start plant, and I may just have to pluck them up and plant them someplace else, or just pop them in some planters and sell cilantro starts. I don't know. or just feed them to the chickens and then forget about them.
we
Because
need
I still
much
have
bigger.
plenty of cilantro seeds.
Selling anything,
So
we need a big variety of stuff, and we need to be able to take. That's what's going to be cool about the van. We'll be able to take rabbits in the van,
yep,
and a bunch of freaking starts or whatever. Yeah,
yep,
we'll figure that out
yep.
eventually.
And rabbit poop to sell too when we're selling rabbits.
I don't want to haul rabbit poop everywhere. I want to put a rabbit poop bin out front and have an honor system. People come scoop some poop, leave a few dollars in the thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Finding markets and going and setting up at a market can only occur if we have a lot to sell.
Yeah. Tammy says, pretty pepper. And see, Peter says, I didn't get any money last month. I missed it by less than 20 cents. I know. It's so weird. It's like one time we were like sitting at $99 for like months and months and months. And somebody donated, I think, like a $5 super chat or something, one of the lives, and it pushed it over for us. And that was the last time.
We've only got paid once by YouTube.
Twice.
Oh, twice?
Twice, yep.
Yeah, we made less than $200 doing YouTube for how long? I mean, it's not like
the first time was over.
It's not like we're trying to make money at
YouTube. The first time was over 200. The second time was just barely over 100, and now we're just waiting still for the next one.
I don't know.
Whatever.
Once we get things going better here, we'll be able to do more content, and maybe we'll do something with YouTube. But right now, we're just having fun with it.
Yeah.
Buddy
says, I just harvested 2 poblano peppers today. Nice. Yeah, I've got to get out to the garden because I need to check that one watermelon that I supported on. There was the little like nylon arm things to protect me from bugs and
you pick those things up really cheap at the secondhand stores too.
Yeah.
All those stretchy things, and you use those to hold melons up.
But I need to check one of them because it's the thing's there, but I don't see the watermelon sitting there.
Did we ever plant those seeds that Tammy sent us of those little melons that she grows in Florida?
I don't think so, not yet. I need to check and see if
we got to find them. They're probably in your seed collection.
Yeah.
Because those things would probably do great here.
Yeah. I've got to I've been thinking about another garden spot, and you're probably going to hate me for it. But over here in front, because it's the top, kind of a top hillside. I got studying the topographical of our map yesterday, and where the garden spot is great. But if we go back behind it, where you want to put the water tower, it is the highest point there, and over here is the highest point.
It's a high point over here too.
Right over here, yes.
Huh. Okay.
So yeah.
Well, we got to reclaim that front field.
Mm-hmm.
We're probably going to be using the old barn out front to help with our outdoor kitchen.
Yeah, tearing down the old barn.
Because it's going to fall over anyways. We may as well save that wood and use it.
Yeah. If we do it right, we might can save the roofing too. Because if nothing else, it can make raised bed sidings or sides.
Shoot, I want tons of shade here. It's too freaking hot.
Yeah, we can do that, and it can just have a few little leakies if we have to or whatever.
I don't care about a few leakies as long as I got shade.
Tammy says, my granddaughter, about one of Hubbyman's peppers, she reacted to the heat. Hubbyman asked, how does it taste? It tastes like pain, Grandpa. Oh my God.
It tastes like pain.
Oh gosh, poor baby.
Dennis likes them really hot.
Yeah.
And I don't, that's hubby man.
Yeah.
I don't need them that hot.
Tastes like pain.
I like them spicy, just not freaking burn your freaking mouth off hot.
Yeah. Tammy says, you need seeds? I got seeds. I'll check and find out. And
we got the seeds you sent us. They're just squirreled away in this big old freaking seed vault thing she has.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of funny. It's much bigger than the seeds actually, but I have other stuff in there related to gardening.
Oh, and we bought those amendments that Tammy told us we should get, and we don't know what to do with them.
We lost the directions or whatever you had told us about it, And I still have some of the phosphorus. I still have some of the Epsom salt stuff. The seed starter I've already used. I'm going to order some more of that. What was the other thing I went through as well? There was two items that I already used. It may have been the seed
It's like
starter and the
crack
potting
for your
soil.
garden.
It may have been the potting soil and the seed starter mix that she recommended, and that stuff was great. I mean, seed started in like
We want
two
to grow
days
lots of
earlier.
clover too because it's a
Yes,
what is that called, a whatever fixer,
nitrogen fixer.
nitrogen fixer.
It fixes the ground.
We'd like to grow beans, but it seems like your beans are growing this time, right?
I don't know. I haven't checked to see. I need to go check the tomato plants where I planted the beans and
Those are
see.
nitrogen fixers too.
Yeah, but Connie has a bunch of good beans and stuff. I ain't seen them in here today.
But we need to,
Moondog.
yeah.
Um. Okay, let's see.
We still want to do jalapenos and stuff too.
Thank you, Judy. Judy says that pepper was gorgeous. Thank you, thank you. Although I can't really take the credit for it. Mostly the
I'm taking credit for it.
well, I picked out the pepper plant, so I guess I
You
should
picked
take.
out the pepper plants.
Oh, be
Picked
quiet.
the pepper.
Quiet.
Peter Piper.
Okay, what's the dog's name?
Lily.
Lily. Yep, Lily is outside underneath the house. I ain't heard any growling, so
That's good.
that is good. That means that the weird antiseptic smell that she came home with and other stuff, the dogs have decided that she's normal again. Um,
We had a bunch of pigweed we had to chop down.
yeah. Yep,
And a
yep.
few, the thistles we had pretty well under control, except for one that got away from us. But
Hydroponics. Well, I'm not really doing hydroponics right now, but I want to do a setup for hydroponics. I'm thinking about in our tiki room, in the barn, the well house part of the barn. Would be a good place for hydroponics. It stays damp in there.
yeah, but then you'd have to have lighting in there.
It's not a problem. We can do that.
Yeah, we've got lights,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't.
What the heck? Okay, you guys probably didn't hear that, but we just heard something that sounded like something scraped along the outside or underside of the house,
check.
and he's just gonna go check to make sure the dogs are okay and that Lily's fine. And it's 5:03, so we'll probably start winding this down in a bit. Long beans, yes, long beans can take the heat. I've bought asparagus bean seeds because they make the really long beans, and but I know what you mean by the long beans. Okay, um, they I don't know. I just haven't planted them yet. Just every time I went to go out there to do it, something else took my attention. Either something happened with the rabbits, something happened with the chickens, something happened with the dogs, or something with the garden itself that needed addressed before. I should have just took the time and just poked a few holes and stuck them in there and said, okay, they're planted. But I didn't. Yes, I definitely need mimosa trees, and I do know that they grow incredibly fast. I've got to check around and see if I have one on the property. I think I do. If not, I will be starting some soon. Yes, Lily is a good little girl. She's 2 years old. I cannot believe that she's two, um, or over two. See, what was it? February 15th is when she was born. Yeah, like just after midnight they started getting born after Valentine's Day. So they almost were Valentine's Day pups, but they waited until after midnight to start being born. Um, yes, yes, I will give her a treat. Yes, mimosa trees are pretty. I love mimosa trees. Um, my grandmother had this really, really old mimosa tree on her property one time that had the bark on it would start splitting and it would curl up and look like cinnamon sticks. So we would walk around, pretend like we had cinnamon sticks in our hands and stuff, and or pretend like we were, because we had one of our grandparents, great grandparents would smoke. We would mimic them and pretend like we were smoking the cinnamon stick thing that came off the mimosa tree from the skin. Or no, maybe it was actually from the crepe myrtle that was right next to it. Anyway, one of the two was doing the curly skin, so I don't know if it was which one now, because they were actually both right side by side. I now remembered. Both of them were huge. The mimosa tree, I could climb up into it and go about at least probably 15 feet up into the air on these really thick branches that I could lay on as a child and have my back be completely on the back of the branch and just lay there and look up at the sky and look at the rest of the mimosas above my head, and the flowers and the stuff. And mimosa trees are also good for, they got good medicinal properties. I forget what they are right now, and my tabs that I had open on my computer are now closed because I had 152 tabs open on one browser window. On the same account, I had another window open with another 15 tabs, so I had to close a bunch of tabs and just, yeah. Now I've only got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 tabs open on just one browser. So
No,
still too many, but better than the 100 and whatever.
Daisy wants to come in. I don't see anything. She's still under there.
Yeah.
I just hope Bud's not trying to mess with her.
Well, there's not enough room. Definitely not back there. She's smart knowing to go back there because there's less headroom back there.
Yeah, they're knocking all the plumbing out of place.
I know. We'll have to go under there and
We gotta
redo
build a
all the
section.
plumbing again.
We got to build a section back there where they can't get to the plumbing.
Yeah. And then they'll probably evacuate from the house altogether.
Well, we'll just block off the front and keep them out of there. They got the
Yeah.
whole barn they can go
Yeah,
in.
they got the whole barn, and they got the underneath the sheep shed and underneath Chris's shed. Although we would probably prefer them out from underneath that one as well. But yeah, Lily. We'll give Lily a treat, but she got sick a while ago, so she's not feeling the best. So probably giving her a treat right now would not be good.
I want to cook some hamburger meat on the grill.
Yeah, we can in a bit, and it is 5:08, so we actually are over our hour time slot.
We're taking away from all the YouTube internet stuff.
No, just the intermission before Peter.
Everybody's in our live and watching nothing else.
Oh, one good thing to tell people though about this thing. Oh, can't reach it. That thing.
This,
Yeah. Ow. This is a really good dog brush.
well, for these kind of dogs,
Yeah, for dogs that have a lot of hair that
the
sheds.
thick undercoat,
Yeah, it's got 9 on one side and 17 on the other,
they love getting brushed by that.
and they're shaped just like they're dog claws basically. So it has the little hooks, and it grabs their fur and just pulls it right out. Really good. And this one's from the Max Power Planet on Amazon. I think it was like less than $10 for each brush. I forget exactly how much.
Don't say you have dog claws.
I got dog claws.
She said it.
Alrighty. Happy dinner from y'all. Yep. It will be a happy dinner. Were you brushing my hair with a dog brush? I think you pulled some out on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. That was so loose. Okay.
Her hair gets in everything.
Okay. Missy Marty says they were thinking the same thing. Hamburgers on the grill. Yep.
Yeah, but we're gonna turn ours into Mexican food, I think.
Well, I'm gonna do a portion of it for that. You're gonna do the burgers for another night and stuff. We're just gonna put those up so they'll already be done.
And we're
We have
gonna
this
eat them
big
on
old-
cabbage and not on bread.
or just do like we did last time and do a hamburger salad bowl. Make a salad, chop up a
Yeah,
hamburger,
that's
put
pretty
it in
good.
there,
You
and
make a hamburger, put everything you put on your hamburger just in a bowl and chop it up and eat it.
yeah, just add more of the stuff, like the lettuce and tomato and pickle that you would put on a burger, and just add more of that. Add a little bit of the. I mean, if you want to add a little bit of mayo, ketchup, mustard too, do that, or just add dressing.
We're slowly trying to eliminate bread from our diet. Except for like unleavened flatbread, like tortillas.
Yeah.
And
Or
stuff like that.
occasionally having
No store bought bread.
I was just gonna say, except for occasionally having a little bit of bread for a sandwich or toast for right now, until I can start making bread, which will be this fall probably, because I probably won't make any this summer. And then maybe I'll freeze some for next year or something.
Yeah, we got to get more diversified with our food production.
Yeah,
The more food we're producing, the better.
yeah.
But we're being realistic. We can't produce it all.
Nope.
We need more power.
Yep.
And I don't want to pay for electricity forever. So any investments we make financially, are going to be solar panels and things like that.
Yeah. I just heard another boom underneath the house again.
Ability to generate our own power.
Mhm.
I just watched a YouTube video. Now I'm a genius. This guy showed how he's capturing all of the day's sunlight using a parabola shape mirror system. It's impressive. I'm thinking that could be a good thing to do. The only other way to do it is have a tracking system, right? Where your panels move.
Right.
But with this system, your panels can be stationary and you're still going to get all of the sunlight. It focuses it on your panel all day.
Ooh, cool.
Just using it's called a parabola shape. So it catches the sun going all the way across, and because the sun's coming in, it's into this special shape, it always reflects it at the same point all day long.
Wow.
So I'm thinking that's a pretty good idea. Now you don't have to have it track the sun. The sunbeams go into this shape and direct it to the same point, no matter where it is in the sky.
So that's that thing that I saw you watch, or
Yeah.
that you're watching, and I thought because I saw a bird at the beginning and at the end of it, I thought it had to do with birds, so I ignored it.
You could also use it to just like heat something very intensely at that point. I mean,
like I was talking about, if we were to do the Fresno lens thing and have the energy concentrated through it, the warming and stuff, would have to have a thing where it come through just that and heat just that only.
Yeah, you could have an instant hot water heater from the sun when the sun's out. Now these things even make it where when the sun's not out, you're getting enough sunlight to charge your solar. Because he was showing it working on a cloudy day.
Cool.
So
my brain's starting to kick into working on something now about with the Fresnel lens, a heater system.
I'm scared.
Heating water.
My brain's kicking in.
Heating water with it instead of having a metal plate at the bottom that heats the water, and the water it helps to circulate for heat source during the wintertime.
That's what the guy was screaming.
Okay.
And that's what I'm saying. We can use our well water for cooling and heating.
For heating, yeah.
But that's a lot of pipe.
Bruce and the Limpino Farmer came in. Hi guys, good to see you guys. Well, it is 5:15 now, so we are now 15 minutes over.
Yeah, but Rita's Roost is here now.
I know.
Now we feel like we gotta stay a little while longer.
I hear longer. There's a spider behind you. That's not a spider. It's a fly.
Tell it to eat some flies.
It is a fly. I thought it was a spider at first, but I had to turn.
It says, "Don't kill me. I eat flies."
You are a fly.
Smart freaking fly. He's wearing a spider costume.
What's funny is that you say smart flies. It's kind of weird, but when I'm killing flies, sometimes
Time flies.
one will one will land like right where I've just recently killed one, and will just sit there really still, like I'm the dead one. I'm not really it, and I'll sit there and kill other ones, and it'll sit there and try not to twitch and stuff, and I'll just pop. All right, you're dead now, two flies. So I mean, it's smart for a little bit, but I'm smarter.
Why do we have fly paper with flies on it?
To attract them to the fly paper.
Ooh, there's a sexy sticky fly.
They don't know they're sticky until they land on them.
It's just so gross. I mean, like, why don't we just get fly wallpaper?
No, no.
I hate them sticky fly traps.
I know you hate them,
We got to come
but
up with something.
the alternative is the thing that can get spilled over.
And then stinky traps they have that need to be outside because they smell like death.
Yeah, because you get either
So you
the
take
death
those.
stinky trap or the vinegar trap or the sticky fly paper. That's basically it. Or the zappers.
Do bats eat flies? No, they eat mosquitoes. I wonder if they eat flies.
Well, there's those flycatcher birds, but they don't come until late
Dragonflies,
summer. Dragons. I don't know if dragonflies eat them or not.
they
They
do
may eat the
skeeters or
larvas.
something.
They eat something. I forget. So Rita's Roost says they're a day late and a dollar short. And Missy Marty says, get one wrapped up in your hair. What were we talking about? Get wrapped up in the hair. I forget. I think I'm getting tired. My brain's shutting down.
My brain was
Oh
already.
yeah, the fly paper. Yes, I have gotten those on my hair before.
Oh, those tape ones? Ew,
Or
that's
just
gross.
the big flat ones. One day I leaned over them. It was just all my whole entire hair comes back with the thing stuck to me. I'm like, no, ick, 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 ick.
What I hate is when there's just one barely alive and it keeps going.
Zip, zip, zip. Or wait till another one lands to it and they go back and forth with zip, 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 zip.
I hate a fly that always wants to land right on the tip of my nose. I'm trying to focus here. Come on.
And it's always one of the little tiny ones, one of the new ones.
Or one that wants to go in your ear
Mm-hmm.
or in your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And they're always the tiny ones, yeah.
Yeah.
They're the stupid, the ones that are just born.
Yeah.
Like, I know what I'm doing. I'm a teenager. You don't need to tell me how to live my life. So, yeah, and they buzz around your head and they land in your hair and they go boing, boing, boing on your hairs.
Yeah.
It's just annoying.
And then once you tell them to leave your hair alone, it's like, just let them boink around in the hair and keep them away from your face at least.
I'm going to live in a bubble.
That would be nice. No flies.
Air conditioned bubble.
No mosquitoes. No flies. No itchy grasses.
Air conditioned spacesuits.
It's not itchy anymore, but it was itchy for a while. I thought that I may have had sugar, so I ran tape over my arm. And it stopped all the itching except for right here on my wrist, which stayed itchy and stuff. And I don't remember how I got it to stop. I don't remember. Oh, yeah, I do. I had to use human enzymes. I licked it a couple of times and it stopped itching. Um, yeah, we bought a bunch of fly swatters too. She said she bought new fly swats this year. Yeah, we bought four so far this year. I'm heck on those fly swatters.
She uses them like a baseball bat.
I do not. Well, if they're flying around, I will swat at them.
Look,
so yeah,
all
but
it just takes a little pat and you kill a fly. You ain't gotta go whack every freaking time. We even got repaired 50-cent fly swatters because she's just freaking hard on
the
them.
Franken swatters.
Franken swatters. She's knitted them back together because she's broken from smacking so hard.
Yeah, made holes in both parts and twist tied them back so they'll kind of flop a little bit, but hey, they're still a fly swatter. Um, Misty Morty says we have a kitten fly killer. Oh, I know. I love it when the cats will do that. They'll sit there and do that. Look, clicking at them and stuff, and then they'll grab them in the air, either with their mouth or with their claws, and then just eat them. Yeah.
Hey, Butler Family Farm.
Hey,
No, did you see the baby?
what are
When
we
we had
doing
the baby
today?
chicks in here, they kept chasing flies around in their little box.
Yeah, that was funny.
Gnats and stuff. Now they're outside. They're all
Yes,
digging
I
it.
really do get into killing flies. I'm basically like those cats that do that little
You're-
clicky thing. I'll sit there and start looking and watching. I'll focus on one, and I'll go right after it. And if I see another one while I'm watching another one, I'll swat it real quick and then keep watching the other one. He one day goes, "How? What?" He goes like, "Just never mind. I just don't even want to know." He went back to work.
I love them salt guns they have for shooting flies,
Oh.
but ours didn't last long enough.
Well, it lasted a good while until summer hit, and
That
it
was
started
really
getting
a blast.
moisture
Yeah.
got in it.
Shoot flies with grains of
So
salt.
what I need to do is open it up, clean it out real good, let it dry
We
out.
still have it?
Yeah, it's in the RV. Just gotta clean it out and let it dry out, and then we can use it again.
Then we can shoot flies.
Yeah,
That's fun.
yeah. Except then you have the salt moisture all around the house. Vacuum cleaner. Let's see, what am I doing? The plastic will break. I've used that tape. I've actually, um,
But then the wind doesn't fly through it as quick.
no, unless you drill holes or poke holes in it.
And then little stickers can sense it.
Yeah.
If I pick up a fly swatter, they go away.
I actually have a fly swatter in the kitchen that I made that has no holes in it, and if I get it right, go you just start just slowly getting closer and closer to it, I can just pop them and they drop because they don't feel it, they don't sense it, and it's just something white. Just it's just they don't realize it's getting closer and closer to them. There's no thing different and stuff. And all of a sudden, pop, they're dead.
I was wondering where Rita was going with that. There was an old woman who swallowed a fly.
Yeah.
She says, I didn't do it. I probably drank a fly or two in my time.
Yeah, you have a time or two. Um,
Regret.
yeah, we had some of the electric fly swatters too. We probably still have one. We just need to charge its batteries up or replace the battery bottom or something. If the flashlight don't work, then the other part's not going to work.
Electric swatter?
Yeah, we had some of those. We still have one. It's just in pieces somewhere. You know, the fly swatter part one place and the part that charges if it has the flashlights and
Oh,
place.
yeah, I remember those.
Yeah.
Yeah, those work pretty good.
Yeah.
It's fun to freaking zap them.
Yeah.
When you swat them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we had two of them, so I got good at going around doing both of them. I'd get them into a corner, and I just hold on to them, and they would just they'd fly into them, and I'd have them all just
fly popcorn.
Remember in the house before the house burned and stuff? I got them in the corner in that one spot by the back door, by the sink and where the bathroom was, the back door in the kitchen. Get them cornered there, and I just go. I go from top to bottom and just go. And it just
like she had lightsabers.
Yeah. He comes in there one day and goes, "What the heck?" And I says, "Hey, I figured out how to kill all the flies in the kitchen. I lured them in the one spot, the darkest spot, and just killed them." It was going pop, 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 bunch of electrical sounds. He's like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, those things are pretty cool. We need to get those again.
Yeah.
But we ain't got nowhere to keep them. Well, we could hang them on the wall.
I've actually found one that just
it's decor.
I found one that actually just sits still. You don't gotta move it, and it has its blue lights, and they fly over to it, and they attract to it, and they're down. You can put a bowl or something under it and just catch them for the chickens and just toss them to the chickens.
Time flies my ass.
That's what that big fly paper was the time flies. Remember when we had it on the wall? That was our time flies.
Time traveling flies. All right,
Let's-
Peter's got to go live.
Yep, in 5 minutes he goes live, so we probably should go ahead and end it.
I got a potty.
Thank you guys for being here today. We appreciate it. We love you guys. We're glad to see everybody today. We're glad you guys got to see us today. And we're scheduled for next week, barring any kind of whatever happens. If something happens, I'll let y'all know with the community post and reschedule it for the following Sunday.
Hopefully the weather cooperates and we can do outside.
Yeah, that would be nice. I want to do outside again. And I need to shorten the cord so we can have our Wi-Fi throughout the property. Yeah, we got to shorten a 350 cord to about 30 feet.
Why? Is it because the wire's all coiled up?
Yeah?
Well, then we'll uncoil it.
Where are we going to put this 350
All right. Well, we
feet
could
of
always
wire?
splice it back together
Yeah, I've
if we
got those
want to move it
splicers.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've got connectors now to reconnect them back. So, yeah.
Yeah, we want to put it on top of a 30-foot pole.
Yep. And right now, because the wire is just too long, it just takes too long for the signal to travel. By the time it does, it peters out.
I think it's because it's coiled up.
That too. Yeah, mostly because it's coiled up.
When current travels through wires, it creates an electrical field.
Yeah.
And if it's coiled up, that kind of counteracts its traveling.
Yep. So 320 feet or so is being.
We'll cut it to just long enough, and it should work fine.
Yeah.
So it won't be coiled up, and then if we need longer, we can splice it back together.
Yep. If we decide to move it someplace else or whatever, or we just move that another one. Yep. Bye, y'all. Hugs.
Okay,
everyone.
bye, everybody.
We love you guys. Take care. God bless.
I'm not going to say anything.
Bink.
Bink.
Bye.